You show me a man who wakes up and says he wants to be happy himself, I'll show you a bitch. Because that's not what you're supposed to do. As a man, you're supposed to wake up and say, all right, my life might be shit. I'm gonna suffer. I may be miserable, but every single person I love is going to be happy. Instead, so you live externally, you live through them, you give them the happiness.
So happiness is just a bonus.
If I had to choose between being happy or being competent, if I had to choose between being me with my influence and my competency, but with all of my stress and headache, or being happy as a nobody sitting in the park doing mushrooms, staring at the clouds like a dumbass, I would choose to be me, clearly, because I did. You can't even love anything unless you're competent, capable as a man. This is why, you know, when girls have those loser dudes who are like saying, I love you so much, I love you, and the girl doesn't give a shit that the loser dude's telling her that he loves her. Why is that? Because the female is smart enough to understand on an intrinsic level that as a man, if you have no capability to give her things, if you have no competence, if you have no skills or use case, that your love is completely useless. It's like if you have a brother beside you who says he loves you with all his heart, but he's a complete pussy and he can't fight and you get attacked, what's his love worth? What's his love worth? So as a man, if you want to say, I love my wife, I love my children, I love my friends, I love the world, you can only have a love that is valuable if you're competent and you're capable, and you're only going to have that if you suffer. So if you want to have the ability to love other people, if I want to be a person who can wake up and realize I truly love my children, I truly love my woman, then the only way I can do that is to suffer enough to be a man whose love has value. If I wake up and say, I truly love the people I care about, but I want to be happy, so I'm going to go and sit in the field and take mushrooms and be a dumbass, well, then my love is completely valueless, because when they call me and say, there's a problem, Andrew, you love me, fix it, I'm going to say, I can't. And men are nothing but success objects. We are valued by what we can do. We are competency objects. Females are sex objects. Men are, what can he do? What is he good at? That's all we're measured on, is our capability. I think happiness is the easiest way to destroy your own capability, because you're too busy doing dumb shit. So when you ask me that question, the reason I gave such a long answer is because how happy I am doesn't cross my fucking mind. I wake up and I have things to do. I have bills to pay. There's millions to make. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to go home, and then I need to train, and I have a whole bunch of other stuff to do. Then I have to fix everybody else's problems. Then I got to talk to my children. Everyone's life is great but mine. Mine's been long, stressful, and busy, and I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do it again. There's no time for me to be happy in any of this equation ever. And if I choose happiness, if I decide to be happy, then I can't love the people I love properly, because then I become useless.
What do you think is the biggest reason that a lot of males are not elevating, or they're like, you know, you hear people talk about that all the time now?
Because they're trying to be happy. This is a fucking psyop. This is the biggest psyop that needs to be addressed in the modern world today. There are full-grown men waking up talking about, oh, you know, I just feel a bit down. You're not a fucking girl and you're not a kid. What do you mean you feel down? You're not in a trench in Ukraine. What do you mean you feel down? Name a period of human history where men were ever happy. Ever. You were either in a field plowing, in a field getting shot, marching at a cannon, sitting home hoping the barbarian hordes don't arrive on horseback to decapitate your fucking wife. When have men ever been happy ever? It's easier than it's ever been.
Yeah.
It's easier than it's ever been. You haven't even got to go to war. All you have to do is wake up, not be a dipshit, find some money, buy a half-nice car, get a half-nice apartment. Then you can fuck endlessly. You're still not happy? Well, then you're an idiot.
So you think it's about perspective?
I think it's about a bunch of selfish losers who are having the fem-centric psyop permanently ingrained inside of their minds of this endless chase for giddish, childish happiness. The happiness you felt when you were 5, newsflash, the happiness you felt when you were 5 years old is gone, and it's never coming back. Those Christmas mornings that you enjoyed are gone. You are a grown-up. You are a man. Now, a woman can feel that. You can put a woman on a jet and take her somewhere she's never been, and she can be in love with you, and she can feel it like a kid. Your children can feel it. You can give it to others, but you are never gonna feel it yourself. And if you chase it, you're gonna end up on drugs, doing dumb shit, losing everything you've ever cared about. So just forget about happiness. Forget about it. You're not supposed to have it. I will genuinely state, and I state this as a matter of fact, I feel no more happy or sad here in Miami than I did in jail. Perhaps I feel I have more I can get done here. I feel more achieved. I feel less frustrated. True, because I was very frustrated in jail because I was constrained and I had lots to get done. But in terms of actual happiness, the level is basically exactly the same. Nothing's different. Nothing's different. I wake up and I have things to do, and I'm going to do them to the best of my ability. Perhaps in jail I'm constrained, it's a little bit harder. I get half an hour on the jail phone, have to talk in code. Here I get a nice iPhone, I can text everything and get it all done. But my happiness is exactly the same.
Well, what's your best advice to a guy that's been like rejected or cheated on by a girl?
Well, he probably deserved it. I don't give a about these either, because we're men. You have to take accountability for all these things. What do you mean rejected by a girl? I don't get rejected by girls. Why? This is an interesting question. A guy will come up to me and go, girls reject me. I'll say, okay. Well, they don't reject me. He goes, oh, that's because you're big, strong, rich, and famous. Well, then you have the answer. Get big, strong, rich, and famous. Why are you a skinny little pussy? So what do you want me to do about it? Women are a fantastic litmus test. Women are the mirror to the world. That's what they are. The way women treat you tells you everything you need to know about you. Because we can complain about women all day long, but I'll sit here and say that women definitely shoot their shot, and women are definitely loyal, and women definitely obey, and they'll clean your room, and they'll make you coffee, and they'll share you, and they'll do anything you fucking say. That's what I'll say. And people will go, oh, only for you. Well, why is that? Because I'm highly achieved. So if you want to sit at home and be a loser and be a nobody and not try and not dedicate yourself and not suffer and not display value, and then you expect some fucking hot girl with all the choices in the world to choose you and give a shit about you crying that you're not happy, well, then you're a dipshit and you deserve to be cheated on and left. As a man, every single thing that happens to you in your life, you absolutely, completely deserve, including that woman cheating, because she wouldn't cheat on everyone. There are some complete whores, fine. But then, we go deeper down the rabbit hole. If you're dating a girl who's a complete hoe who will cheat on absolutely every single man she's ever with, why are you even with her? Or why do you care when she cheats? Take her for a spin and say, I don't give a fuck. You're falling in love with tramps, and then you're emailing me for advice. Well, you're a dummy. There's plenty of good girls out there that will never cheat. You just can't get them because you're a right? We can't psyop the entire female population. Women with unlimited options, which is what they have via their Instagram profiles. Unlimited options to choose a shit option. I can't sit there and say, here's what you say, bro. Here's the magic word to make her blind and dumb. You're a fucking dipshit. So that's why you got cheated on. Perhaps if you looked in the mirror, you could identify exactly why she did it. You could look in the mirror and say, was this actually my fault? And on some level it is. It always is. The only way you can succeed in life as a man is if you take absolute responsibility for everything all of the time. You have to sit there and say, every single thing that happens in my life is my fault. Even if it feels like it's not. Even if she cheats on you, every man goes, she's a hoe, she cheated, her friends made her do it, she went out, she drunk, da-da-da. Well, why is she hanging out with those friends? Why didn't you stop it? Because you told her not to hang out with them, she didn't respect you enough. So why doesn't she respect you enough? Your fault. Your fault. Why are you falling in love with a girl who doesn't obey you? Because you have no other options. Whose fault's that? Yours. Simple. You're choosing bad apples because you ain't got any good ones.
When your boy's dating like a big like hoe though, sometimes it's tough to tell him like, bro, your girl's a hoe.
Just laugh at him. Just laugh at him. Just say, yeah, she's a slut. She's gonna cheat on you. And then she cheats and just give him no sympathy. Welcome to the real world, motherfucker. I told you. Like, but the amount of times I get asked about girls by dudes who don't deserve pussy is ridiculous. You're asking me about girls and you're worried about girl cheating. Bro, you're poor. You are broke and you are weak. What the fuck are you talking about girls for? You have bigger concerns to address. Like it really is amazing to me because I get this all the time. People come up to me randomly on the street. Oh, hey man, yeah, I love your content and my girl. You're a girl, you got skinny arms. What are you worried about your fucking girl for? It's unbelievable. If you get your shit right, it's amazing how quickly everything else falls into place. The best way to be good with girls is to be good with everything besides girls. If you're good at business and you're good with people and you're good, your body's in good shape and you're charismatic and you're smart and you're interesting and you're wise and you got a good network and a fucking yacht and a Bugatti and a jet, guess what? You can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. Before you know it, you have so many in your house, you get accused of human fucking trafficking. That's what happens if you get your shit right. But of course, if you're gonna sit there and only focus on the girls with none of the other stuff, DMing them all day. What do I DM a girl to make her reply? You got 42 followers. What the fuck you want me to say?
That's the funniest question. What do I DM a girl? Yeah.
But this obsession with girls, bro, girls are a mirror. Girls will tell you everything you need to know about who you are, and you need to start listening to what you need to listen to the feedback. Listen to the feedback and improve yourself. You can't blame women for trying to get the best they can get. And the sexual marketplace is drastically changed now. It's completely globalized. It's completely online. There's no such thing as finding a hot, little, beautiful girl from a small town. She's got 2 million followers. So it's all online. It's endless competition with men all around the world. From the age of 18, they're being offered to fly out to Sydney, Dubai, Singapore, Tokyo. This is the game now. So you have two choices. You can either cry your eyes out about it or live in some delusion where you think I'm going to give you advice that's going to stop you from being a pussy, or you can compete. And if you want to compete, then you need to be ultra self-accountable. When you compete in anything, how do you do it? Self-accountability. Doesn't matter what it is. You can be a basketball player, you can be a chess player. After the game, you analyze the game. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? You should be doing that in your life with everything.
Like after every date?
Well, after every date, but after everything all of the time. When's the last time you looked yourself in the mirror and said, okay, is this the man? Am I the best version of myself? Could I do better? The answer is always yes, I could do better. Of course I could. But I'm honest with myself about it. But how close am I to optimum, right? What about me would even be attractive to a girl? Or if a girl's acting a certain way or she ain't listening to you, why isn't she listening to me, right? Mm-hmm. But most people don't want to self-reflect. They want to blame the women, which is the problem with the red pill.
Even just not women, it's easier to blame someone else. Even in your work, it's easier to blame someone else than yourself.
Well, everybody always blames everybody else for everything, which is why they never succeed and win. I blame myself. I blame myself for everything. I blame myself for the Matrix attack that put me in jail, even though it was a setup. I blame myself. I blame myself for absolutely everything. I blame myself for getting wet in the rain because I didn't bring a fucking umbrella. I don't cry at the clouds like a dumbass. So you have women with all these choices on their plate, and you have the men who basically are so busy doing other fantastic things, they don't want the women who are getting them. That's what's so interesting. The men who are getting the women that everybody is chasing are the men like me who don't really even want them. I don't want to hang around with a bunch of fucking girls. It's boring. And I don't mean it disrespectfully. I wake up and I'd rather make money, do interesting, big, important things than sit around having fucking date night. Obviously you have romantic interests with a female. Obviously you want progeny and children. Obviously we all feel love. We want to protect and provide the women we care about, of course. I understand all of that. But if you're a man who's truly busy in your empire building, you don't want to sit around with girls all day. You don't want to hang out with girls as your best friend. Your girlfriend doesn't need to be your best friend. She's your girlfriend. It's a very different category. Now, the point I'm making is that there's a lot of men who feel like, and in fact, let's analyze this another way. Let me make it clearer. How potent you are as a man directly correlates to how much time you have to dedicate towards nearly anything. Doesn't matter what it is, right? If you have strong alcohol, you need less of it to get drunk than if you have weak alcohol. So you have men who perhaps are not that important or that successful or that capable or that interesting or that battle-hardened or that rich, whatever it is. They're the normal man. The only thing they have to give a woman is time. That's all they have. They have nothing else to give. So they spend all of their time with a girl all of the time, which means they end up basically being her best friend and shared interests and all this crap, which is fine. But if you're truly a really interesting, capable man, you don't have to do that because you're doing other interesting things that big king-making empire builders do. And yeah, you see girls sometimes, but they're not your best friend and they're not your primary interest either. They're the side effect of your monumental achievements. It's very different than sitting there with a girl all day, every day and saying, she's my best friend. I couldn't live without her. Yeah, we share the same hobbies. Oh my God, we like the same movies. Yeah, we do the same thing. That's very different than me and T saying, okay, all right, we have to fly to Istanbul to check on our yacht. Which girl's coming? Yeah, come. And put them on the jet in the back so they can talk girl shit. Me and Tristan could talk fucking yacht shit. It's different. It's just a different mentality.